reach new heights. relentless energy, he's become known for his ability to revitalize programs. Tang joined Baylor's coaching staff in 2003 under head coach Scott Drew, and there he played a pivotal role in the team's success, winning an NCAA title in 2021. Following 3 consecutive losing seasons, Kansas State hired Tang in 2022 with aspirations of returning to prominence, and in his first season he exceeded expectations when he led the team to their first Elite Eight appearance in 5 years, earning him the honor of 2023's Warner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year. As his coaching odyssey continues, Tang has one goal in mind: to bring a championship home as a Wildcat.
Warner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness, reach new heights.
University of Iowa into one of the most competitive teams in the nation. Last season, Bluder led the Hawkeyes to their first Final Four in 30 years and their first ever national championship game appearance, earning Big Ten Coach of the Year honors for a third time. After head coaching stops at St. Ambrose and Drake, Bluder came to Iowa City in 2000, mentoring student athletes like All-American Caitlin Clark. As the 2019 Warner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year, Bluder has solidified her place as the Hawkeyes' most decorated women's basketball coach and a force to be reckoned with for this year's championship.
Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness, reach new heights. Coach of the Year winners from the past is brought to you by Werner.
The Stare. With that piercing look, Pat Summitt demanded excellence, earned respect, and championed women's basketball unlike any other. She became the head coach at Tennessee in 1974 at the age of 22, and when she retired, had won more games than any other Division I coach, men's or women's, including 8 national titles. She was named the Warner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year 5 times, and was twice inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame as a player and coach. Summitt was forced to retire in 2012 at the age of 59 due to early onset dementia. And just as she had done for women's basketball, she brought strength to the fight against that disease. Her efforts on and off the court earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. Pat Summitt was a champion in the truest sense.
Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness, reach new heights.
Please silence your phones and take your seats. Your program will begin in 5 minutes. Thank you.
coaching career that has spanned more than 3 decades, Jerome Tang has established himself among coaching's elite. With his relentless energy, he's become known for his ability to revitalize programs. Tang joined Baylor's coaching staff in 2003 under head coach Scott Drew, and there he played a pivotal role in the team's success, winning an NCAA title in 2021. Following 3 consecutive losing seasons, Kansas State hired Tang in 2022 with aspirations of returning to prominence, and in his first season he exceeded expectations when he led the team to their first Elite Eight appearance in 5 years, earning him the honor of 2023's Warner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year. As his coaching odyssey continues, Tang has one goal in mind: to bring a championship home as a Wildcat.
Warner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness, reached new heights. Coach of the Year winners from the past is brought to you by Werner.
As the winningest coach in Iowa program history, Lisa Bluter has attained the pinnacle of success in her collegiate basketball career. With over 35 years of experience and more than 875 wins, Bluter has fully dedicated herself to empowering women in basketball and transforming the University of Iowa into one of the most competitive teams in the nation. Last season, Bluter led the Hawkeyes to their first Final Four in 30 years and their first ever national championship game appearance, earning Big Ten Coach of the Year honors for a third time. After head coaching stops at St. Ambrose and Drake, Bluter came to Iowa City in 2000, mentoring student athletes like All-American Caitlin Clark. As the 2019 Werner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year, Bluter has solidified her place as the Hawkeyes' most decorated women's basketball coach and a force to be reckoned with for this year's championship.
Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. Reach new heights.
In the heart of the scorching Arizona desert, where the sun beats down with relentless intensity, lies a city pulsating with energy and passion. This is Phoenix, a metropolis teeming with diversity and culture, a city that serves as the perfect backdrop for college basketball's biggest stage, as stars of the present gather alongside legends of the past. The air crackles with anticipation of witnessing history in the making. Against the backdrop of this city's storied basketball history, today's recipients will etch their names alongside the pantheon of legends. From the towering presence of Walton, Sampson, and Robinson, to the graceful finesse of Ford, Brunson, and Maravich, Phoenix becomes a living testament to the enduring legacy of greatness in the game of basketball. Today, we not only pay tribute to those that run the floor, but those that roam sidelines, as we add another name to the list of iconic coaches like Smith, Crimmins, and Dixon. Just as a phoenix rises from the ashes, so too do our finalists, igniting the court with fiery passion and unwavering dedication. The stage is set for the next legendary chapter in the Naismith Awards story. With every dribble, pass, and shine, they write their own narrative, echoing the resilience and determination that define this dynamic city. This is Phoenix. This is the 2024 Naismith Awards. Please welcome your host from ESPN, Fran Fraschilla.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I get to do some cool stuff every year at ESPN, but nothing like this. To be in a room with greatness, greats of the past, some of our great players and coaches of the present. It's become something that I've enjoyed as much as anything I do all year. So I'm glad to be here. Great to see this great turnout today. Another incredible year in college basketball, obviously. Two teams will play tomorrow night that we thought were two of the best three teams in the country, Purdue and UConn. I'd have to mention my guys from Houston because had some hard luck, but they were every bit as dominant. But that's the way it goes. We've had incredible performances this year from guys like Jack Golke from Oakland, and it's just been an amazing year. NC State plays 9 straight elimination games. If they lose the first game of the ACC tournament, they're done. They win 9 in a row. They get to the Final Four, an amazing accomplishment. Alabama, with all those analytics, shooting threes and layups, gets to the Final Four. And then, of course, tomorrow night we'll have the heavyweight battle. Just want to acknowledge, right after this banquet, if you get back to your hotels, you'll be able to see Iowa and South Carolina. Incredible what the women's game has become. They say it may actually outdraw Monday night's men's game. So kudos to Caitlin Clark and Coach Bluter, and obviously Dawn Staley and her great team. Our first award goes to the most outstanding men's college basketball player. And we have 4 incredible candidates, obviously. We've got a big man, we've got a scoring wing, we've got a scoring guard, and we've got a great point guard in obviously Zach Edey and Dalton Connect and R.J. Davis and Jamal Shed. They were the heart and soul of their teams. Incredible competitors. Their teams competed, and they were really kind of the heart and soul of those teams. And they've had wonderful years. They're all first-team All-Americans, to my mind. They're going to be accolades coming their way. They've already have, and there's more to come. So with that, and to talk about this award, I'm going to bring up to the stage right now Vice President of Marketing for Jersey Mike's. I'm a number 6 guy, roast beef and provolone. Mr. Jeff Hemscott. Jeff, come to the stage.
All right. Hello, everybody. And first, Fran, I apologize. One of these years, I am absolutely going to get you a sub here, so my apologies. But it's great to be here. For those of you that haven't been here the first time, the way this usually goes is great speeches, great storytellers out there telling their story, and then I come up. So, apologies, but lucky for you guys, we get to kick off with the Player of the Year trophy. So. Again, Jersey Mike's, we're really excited to be a part of the Naismith Trophy. It represents everything that we embody as a brand. So I think the partnership is truly synergistic. I'd like to also acknowledge and congratulate Caitlin Clark and all the nominees from both the men and the women. She's truly incredible, and like Fran said, it's must-watch TV. So I'm excited to see the future of the women's game. Let's see. So let me make sure I get all my notes here. So last night, great games. Over the weekend, great games. It's exciting to see how well the future of college basketball looks. So we're proud. We're so proud to be part of the Naismith Trophy and everything it embodies. I also wanted, before I turn the floor over, I want to acknowledge Jersey Mike's and what a sub above is to us. One of the things that we do is our month of giving, and it happens every March. And for anybody that's unfamiliar with it, we partner with over 200 charities nationwide. And this past March, we had our Day of Giving a couple Tuesdays ago, and I'm proud to say that as a brand, we donated over $25 million during the month of March, and we've got, And we've got a couple of our crew members, managers, franchise owners in the crowd here today. So I just wanted to, anybody that's here, if you could raise your hand and be acknowledged. Thank you guys for all that you guys do. And with that said, the players on the court, they embody a sub above as well. Like I said, synergies between Naismith and Jersey Mike's, there's synergies between these players and what they do. They are a sub above on the court. So with that said, I'd like to play a short video and get to know the players a little bit better.
R.J. Davis, North Carolina. Zach Edey, Purdue. Dalton Connect, Tennessee. Jamal Shed, Houston.
Should I bring you up? All right, so with that said, I think we're going to bring up Barry Goheen to award the Player of the Year trophy.
Thanks, Jeff. And how about a hand for these remarkable candidates that we just saw? Since 1969, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club has had the pleasure of presenting the Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy to the most outstanding college basketball player in the country. Each season is special in its own right, and this weekend is about celebrating the exciting performers, the thrilling victories, the buzzer beaters, and all of the great things that go into making this such a wonderful sport that we all are here today to celebrate. This past season, of course, has been replete both on the men's and women's sides with remarkable performances, and we're not done yet, as we know. We've got two pairs of number one seeds who will battle for their respective titles in Cleveland and here in Glendale tomorrow night. Now, these four finalists have withstood the grueling months of really five months, I would say, and have played nearly 40 games. That's a grueling schedule, and they've come through it to be here today to be celebrated and honored. There's always some sort of adversity, yet these finalists have persevered in an amazing way. We believe it's truly an honor to recognize each of you athletes for being finalists. You've been tremendous ambassadors for our game, for your schools, in your communities, and I, for one, wish you the best of luck going forward. I know each of you is going to be a great success in whatever you choose to do. Now, as Fran mentioned, or as I call him, Coach Frisilla, we're very, very fortunate to have some former winners with us here to assist us with adding a new name to our history that now stretches over around 55 years of the Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy winner. And I will ask that each of these individuals, these former winners, come up. And you've seen a couple of them already in the video. TJ Ford from Texas, 2003. Could you come up and help us, please? And the person we Kentuckians still have a problem with, Christian Leitner from Duke. And our most recent back-to-back winner, which may be added to that list in a moment, back-to-back-to-back, in fact, Ralph Sampson in Virginia. A little ACC humor there, if you didn't hear that. So. All right, to help us make the presentation today is Eric Oberman, our president of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. He'll join us on stage, and as he's coming on the stage, I'd like to say a word about Eric. Many of you have been with partners with us, either corporate partners or you've come to our events over the last several years. That's really the work of Eric Oberman. He's the president of our organization. He has been for a long time. What you see here today is the work of Eric's very incredible organizational skills. And let's give Eric a round of applause here if we could. But because that's heavy, let's keep the applause short. I'm just kidding. So the trophy that Eric is holding is produced and created and provided to us by Herf Jones, who's a longtime partner of our organization, and we're very appreciative of that longtime partnership. In addition to the trophy given to the winner, Herf Jones will donate a replica of the trophy to the winner's university. So without further ado, on behalf of the entire Atlanta Tip-Off Club organization, it's my pleasure to present the 2024 Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy, symbol of the most outstanding college basketball player, to Zach Edey, Purdue University.
I'm gonna keep this short because we got to get to practice right now. But I just want to congratulate everybody else who was on the list. Obviously, I played Dalton twice, had the displeasure of doing that, and then everybody else. Just congratulations. I want to thank my mom first and foremost. I'm from Canada. Like, this isn't my country, but she changed her life, uprooted it, like moved to America for me. Since my freshman year, and she's been here for me, just giving me a familiar face in the crowd. So I just want to give her a big thanks first. I want to thank Coach Payne and all the coaches that really believed in me, really helped me along the way. Like, coming out of high school, a lot of coaches could have written me off. A lot of coaches did write me off. Payne didn't. He believed in me from day one. He kept giving me the ball even when I was messing up, and when he saw some things in me that I didn't really even see myself. So I just want to thank him and thank all the coaching staff. And then lastly, I want to thank my teammates. It's been an unbelievable year up to this point. The way that we've battled, the way that we've heard everything, everybody said everything about us, but the way that we keep going and we keep persevering. It's amazing to watch and be a part of. I just want to thank them. I thank them for really setting me up and, again, like, believing in me when not a lot of people did. Thank you.
Please welcome the chairman of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club.
All right. Congratulations again, Zach. And best of luck tomorrow evening. He becomes only our third male player ever to win this award more than once, joining Bill Walton of UCLA, 1972, 73, 74, and Mr. Sampson, as you saw, 1981, 1982, 1983 from Virginia. They each claimed, as you know, 3 consecutive Naismith trophies. So best of luck to Zach Edey, and he joins some very prestigious company with being our third ever back-to-back winner. And with our announcement earlier this week in Cleveland of Caitlin Clark as the women's Jersey Mike's Outstanding College Basketball Player, we've now had repeat winners of both awards for the first time ever. So congratulations to Caitlin as well as to Zach. All right, we are thrilled that you have chosen to spend your Sunday morning here at Final Four weekend with us here in Phoenix. I hope you've enjoyed your time in the Valley of the Sun, which is hosting the men's Final Four for the second time. We had a wonderful experience here in 2017, and this weekend has topped that. We're very appreciative of the Phoenix corporate community for their support of our organization this weekend. In addition to our property partners, Oxia Time, Jersey Mike's, and Werner Ladder, I also want to recognize and thank our other weekend partner, Henry Brown Automotive, which donated courtesy vehicles for us to transport our guests to and from our various events. We truly appreciate your tremendous support of our weekend activities. Now, the NCAA tournament has been incredibly entertaining, and as usual, highly unpredictable. Maybe not as unpredictable as last year when we did this in Houston, given who was in the Final Four, but it's always, there are great upsets, thrilling performances, and generally just some sort of excitement going on that makes this, to my mind, the most exciting 3 weeks in all of sports. And we're going to culminate that tomorrow night and crown a worthy champion. We witnessed 2 great games last night. Congratulations to Purdue and to the University of Connecticut for advancing to tomorrow night's championship game. The last time, as I mentioned, 2017, that we were in the Valley of the Sun, Kansas's Frank Mason III claimed our Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy, while Mark Few won the first of his 2 Werner Latter Naismith Coach of the Year honors, which he claimed in a 4-year span. We recognized Ann Myers Drysdale with our Outstanding Women's Contributor to Basketball Award. Attendance at the awards brunch that morning in 2017 was about 200 people. We obviously have many more people than that here today, and that's just a testament to how this event has grown and the great support of all of those corporate champions and partners that I mentioned a few moments ago. This has been a great season for men's and women's college basketball. We have a wonderful host city for this weekend, as we saw in our introductory video. A huge congratulations to the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee for putting on a terrific Final Four weekend. Special thanks to Ann Carmen for all of her help and support in our planning for this weekend. She has been a vital resource for us for our activities and our activation efforts, and we appreciate her support. Also, a big thank you to Sarah Simmons and her staff here at the Phoenix Art Museum for the tremendous hospitality in hosting today's brunch. Sarah is kind enough to make the museum available to all of you, so feel free to take a tour after our event concludes today, but don't go to the Ken and Barbie thing. My wife and I are going there first for the photographs, so we're rushing there. But this has been a great, and again, I mentioned Eric a moment ago, but he scouts these venues out, and he seems to top himself every year. So this has been a great venue. So Sarah Simmons, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. You may have noticed at registration that our volunteers from James Madison University and the Hart School of Hospitality, Sport and Recreation Management, they have helped us on this event for 3 straight years, and we thank them as well for their assistance. This brunch is now an annual staple of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. I think this is our 15th anniversary of this event. The first year was in Detroit. I think we had 13 people there. Blake Griffin was our Jersey Mike's Player of the Year. Jamie Dixon, then at Pittsburgh, was our Werner Latter Coach of the Year, and we were in a small room. So in 15 years, we've grown tremendously, and it's such an honor for us to be able to celebrate these elite players and coaches for their accomplishments. It's also an opportunity to catch up with those who are close to our organization, and that's now I want to do thank some of our incredible national award partners. You've already seen Jeff Hemshoot. Jersey Mike Subs has been with us since as a high school Naismith Trophy presenter since 2019, and they became the title sponsor of the College Awards in 2021. Earlier this year, we agreed to extend our partnership with Jersey Mike's, and they will remain as our partner for the foreseeable future. So let's give Jersey Mike's, if you could, a hand. Our first presentation with Werner Latter as the title sponsor of our Naismith Coach of the Year Award was in 2017, right here in Phoenix. Now we're in year 8, and once again, we have extended our partnership with Werner Latter. So we're looking forward to continuing our relationship with Werner Latter for the foreseeable future as well. So thank you, Werner Latter. Our most recent partner is Oxia Time, an official timepiece of the Naismith Awards. John Canaris and his team produced heirloom quality timepieces, and if you think I'm exaggerating, you've not seen one of them because they are definitely heirloom quality timepieces to commemorate the accomplishments this season of our Player of the Year and Coach of the Year finalists, and we presented those timepieces at an event earlier this weekend. Thanks as well to PSP for event support and Henry Brown Buick GMC as our official courtesy vehicle of the Naismith Awards this weekend. I'm sure you've noticed various media with us today. SiriusXM has run a live simulcast of this event since 2016 on Channel 84, ESPN U Radio. So thank you again to SiriusXM. CBS Sports Network is capturing footage of the Player of the Year and Coach of the Year awards presentations and will air the footages of those awards as part of their March Madness 360 programming tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Also with us is Andy Katz of the NCAA.com team, which will post interviews with our winners immediately following today's festivities. Many of our national voters, as well as those who serve on the Atlanta Tip-Off Club's Board of Directors and Board of Selectors, are here today. So a huge thanks for all you do to help us in our voting process and our organizational efforts. We're also streaming this event live on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Naismith Awards. And I invite all of you to follow us on all of our social media channels. There's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Naismith Trophy. So I hope you do that. If you're posting this morning, make sure you use hashtag Naismith Awards. And finally, a big special thanks to Fran Fraschilla, our MC, once again. Fran joined ESPN as a college basketball game and studio analyst in 2003 and currently serves as an analyst, primarily for Big 12 men's basketball games, which I watch a lot of as my daughter goes to TCU. So I get the benefit of Fran's expertise quite a bit during the basketball season, and he really does know as much about basketball as I think anyone I've come across. He's a staple also of ESPN's coverage of the NIT, as you hopefully saw the other night with actually a very thrilling NIT final that occurred in Indianapolis. He had an extensive coaching career as well, having worked at the University of New Mexico, St. John's University, and Manhattan College. He's been a close friend of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and we appreciate all that he does for us. So let's welcome back to the stage Coach Fran Fraschilla.
Before we continue, this will be Barry's 16th and final year as chairman of the board of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, and he doesn't know we're doing this, but Barry is a huge reason why the Tip-Off Club's growth has been phenomenal. It's no coincidence that this banquet's been going on for 15 years and he's been in charge 16 years. He is a basketball junkie like me. If you don't know, Barry was a great player at Vandy, a near 4-year starter, all SEC, now an attorney in Atlanta with a great family, pretty good golfer from what I hear, but most importantly, a someone that is as part of the Naismith Trophy as anybody. So let's give Barry a hand as he. Sixteen years is a long time, and that's great, Barry. And I have to tell you, I said it earlier, it's one of my favorite things I do all year because I'm in a room with people who love the game like I do, the great players, the great coaches, past, present. And yes, I am a basketball junkie. I've never had a real job, and I am a font of useless information, all of it basketball, so that works out well for me. Just a couple things before we continue. It's really cool that Zach Edey and the Purdue family came through here on the way to practice as our Naismith National Player of the Year. Coach Hurley just walked in as a Naismith Coach of the Year finalist. These people obviously have busy days and busy next 24 to 48 hours, and I think it says a lot about this award that they would make their time to interrupt what is the most important probably part of their season. So I think it says a lot. We've already mentioned Christian Laettner. Christian is, I have to tell you this, I'm just going to be honest. I was like everybody else 30 years ago that didn't like that guy. And the more, and probably because any coach in the room would understand that they would have loved to have coached him. Nobody more competitive than Christian Laettner. And then as the years go by, and he continues to show up at these events and some Final Four events, you realize what a really cool guy, and what a great player, man. One of the greatest college players to ever play. He's here. Ralph Sampson has already been up here with Christian ahead of his time. Someone asked me last year about Victor Wembanyama, and those of us who are old enough, Coach Sampson would have said, you know what, he kind of reminds me of Ralph Sampson. Because as great a coach as Terry Holland was, we didn't let big guys who were 7'4" handle the ball back then. And what Victor's doing now, Ralph was doing, and that's how you become three-time Naismith Award winner. Bobby Cremens, the great Bobby Cremens, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, great coach. He's a former Coach of the Year award, Naismith Coach of the Year award winner, a contributor also. We mentioned TJ. I would have paid to see Jamal Shedd and TJ Ford go at it in his prime. That would have been fun. That would have been hand-to-hand combat right there. I don't know if Coach Dixon has gotten here, but he has been a big supporter. Val Ackerman is here, the great commissioner of the Big East, here supporting UConn. We want to mention Val, and hope I didn't. Tubby Smith. I'm going to be with Tubby tomorrow, and Coach Smith, national champion, former Naismith Coach of the Year. I know Tubby is here in the room. Coach Williams is here. Roy Williams is here, who's also a winner. And one of the greatest coaches we've ever seen, and one of the best dressed men you'll ever see. Another beautiful plaid jacket today. So we really, really appreciate their support of all these people who are really part of the Naismith family. Let's give them a big hand. Jersey Mike's is the title sponsor of the entire Naismith High School Awards family, honoring the top prep players and coaches. Part of that award family is that Jersey Mike's Naismith Courage Award, which honors a high school player who's displayed courage in the face of adversity. After a call of nominations, the selection committee cut the list to 10 finalists, and the winners were Gabby Orlett and Aiden Goldstein. We congratulate them and we salute them for being inspiration to others. Let's give them a hand. The Naismith High School Coach of the Year honors was first presented in 2008, and the boys' winner was a gentleman I just saw walk in. And in my mind, he's the best coach in the Hurley family. No offense, Danny. And that would be Bob Hurley Sr. Bob, would you stand up? Probably going to have a talk with you later, Danny. Don't get mad at me. The next thing we have is this year's winners are actually repeat winners. Sue Phillips, she won this award in 2018, and then this year she's the Girls Coach of the Year award from Bishop Mitty High School in San Jose, California, a powerhouse. She is our Women's Coach of the Year. And Montverd's Kevin Boyle, who has won 3 previous times, going back to 2018 and 2020. He also won it when he was at St. Pat's in New Jersey. I believe they won the Chipotle Boys National Championship yesterday. I'm sure they did. And so he's won it again. Sue Phillips and Kevin Boyle, let's give them a hand. Our Jersey Mike's Naismith High School Players of the Year are Sarah Strong from Grace Christian School in Sanford, North Carolina, and Montverd's Cooper Flagg. They are the winners. Sarah is heading to UConn. She committed the other night, right after UConn's game, and Cooper Flagg will be heading to Duke University, and he'll be the 5th award winner of this award that will be attending Duke. We wish them the very best of luck in their college careers. We want to congratulate all of the Jersey Mike's Naismith winners. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, let's shift back to the college awards. For the Naismith Coach of the Year and Player of the Year awards, the Naismith Board of Selectors is responsible for producing a watch list and then a mid-season team and finally 10 finalists. At that point, the Master Voting Academy gets engaged for the semifinals and final rounds of voting, which ultimately determines the winners. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club and the Naismith Awards are proud to partner with the global consulting firm J.S. Held, to oversee the voting and certify the results for these awards. Teddy Brown, who manages this process, is here with us today along with his colleagues. Teddy, would you please stand so we can thank you? Teddy's in the back. Thank you. In addition to the Naismith Master Voting Academy, fans who want to have a say as to who's winning these awards get to vote. The Naismith Awards fan vote presented by Jersey Mike's this year netted almost 500,000 votes, which tells you how engaged the fans are in these great awards. Our next honor is the Werner Latter Naismith College Coach of the Year Award, and it recognizes the most outstanding coach from this season. The first recipient of this award was in 1987, and that was none other than Bob Knight, who led the Hoosiers to the title that year, and is no longer with us. Coach Knight passed away earlier in the year, and I got to know him towards the end of his career, and he was, obviously he was a unique guy, and he certainly wasn't a perfect guy, but I enjoyed my time spending with him as he wound down his career and his life. Coach Knight, by the way, won 20 games or more in 29 seasons, 900 wins plus. The U.S. Olympic coach who won the gold medal back in 1984. He also, in 2007, was the 2007 Naismith Outstanding Contributor to men's basketball, and becoming only one of 4 legends to win that award, along with the Werner Latter Naismith Coach of the Year Award. And the other 3 happen to be the great Dean Smith, Bobby Cremens, and Roy Williams, who are here today. At this time, I want to ask Brian Kagan, Global Chief of Marketing Officer at Werner Latter, which is really cool, man. Getting up on that ladder. I know Coach Hurley had a chance to do that last year. What a thrill. How cool is it to have Werner Latter as a major sponsor of this Coach of the Year Award? Brian?
Thank you, Fran, and on behalf of my colleagues and our partners, today is always a highlight for us at Werner as we celebrate the Werner Latter Naismith Coach of the Year finalists and eventual winner. The Werner name has stood for trust and innovation for over 100 years, and this is actually our sweet 16th year as the official ladder of the NCAA basketball championships for both the men and the women, and our elite 8th year sponsoring the Werner Latter Naismith Men's and Women's College Coach of the Year Awards. A highly authentic, as Fran noted, and meaningful partnership for Werner. It brings us a great deal of pride to see the products that we design and manufacture serving a prominent role in the annual March Madness tradition. Climbing that championship ladder is truly the pinnacle of achievement and the ultimate winning moment. At Werner Co., our mission is to protect the lives and livelihoods of professional tradespeople who trust our ladders, fall protection equipment, job site truck and van storage solutions to keep them and their equipment safe. Well, in terms of impacting lives and livelihoods, what better examples could there possibly be than the tremendous coaches who have dedicated their life's work to shaping the character of young people and preparing them for success. Now let's turn our attention to the video screens to celebrate this year's finalists for the Werner Latter Naismith Coach of the Year.
Dan Hurley, UConn. TJ Otzelberger, Iowa State. Lamont Paris, South Carolina. Kelvin Sampson, Houston.
Again, what a great quartet. Let's give them a round of applause. Nearly 5 months after the season started, we're at the doorstep of crowning another national champion. We have 2 teams remaining, as we know, with their eyes on the ultimate prize. Similarly, our 4 Coach of the Year candidates are in similar situations. They emerged from our initial watch list of 15 in February, whittled down to 10 semifinalists in March, and now 4 finalists as of a couple of weeks ago. Each has a legitimate case for winning. As with our Players of the Year, we have some former Coaches of the Year here as well. I would ask them if they could to come up and help us induct a new member into the Werner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year family. We have Coach Crimmins, Coach Williams, Tubby Smith, Coach Tubby Smith. If those gentlemen could come up. I'm not very good at math. There's probably about 2,500 wins among those three individuals. So we thank them for all they've done for basketball. Thank you, coaches. So, on behalf of the entire organization, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, our friends at Werner Ladder, I'm proud to announce that the 2024 Werner Ladder Naismith Men's College Coach of the Year is Dan Hurley, University of Connecticut.
Danny's almost got a job.
All right, I was nervous enough coming in here. Now you brought these guys in here. Now I'm nervous as shit. I asked my wife, should I be myself or should I just stick to the remarks? It's going to be a combination. I don't know, is there a coach's wife version of this award? For everything she deals with me, even beyond just cleaning my drawers. And the thing about my underwear too, is like people think that like I don't reward my underwear. I do. Like when we went to the White House after we won it last year, I wore the Dragon underwear there as a reward for a great season. So, yeah. She would win that award though. And the ladder, the Werner ladder, man, that's the sturdiest ladder. It's a great ladder. It's the only ladder I've ever been on too, because my wife does everything around the house. I'm a one-trick pony. I could only do one thing. Obviously it's an incredible honor. For me, 15 years ago, I was a high school coach. I never would imagine, that my coaching life would go down this path. It's an incredible honor, to be a part of the history of this award now. It's an honor to be nominated, with the 3 other coaches that are absolutely, as good as there are, in our profession, with TJ, Coach Sampson, Lamont, all 3 of you guys crushed it and are just as deserving, as I am, to get this award. For me, my family is to have them here with me. My wife Andrea, my 2 sons Danny and Andrew. Andrew almost dribbled out that game last night, which would have been his 11th straight NCAA tournament game, dribbling out the clock. But the guy fouled the shit out of him, so then we had to take it out, and the guy kind of ruined it for us. I think it was Sears that did that. but I don't remember that play. And then obviously I got my dad and my mom and my sister and my whole family here. So obviously Coach of the Year awards. It's without the incredible family support at home, because it's obviously at the highs and lows and everything you go through, the commitment, everything you got to pour into. What it is to be a coach. Without that incredible foundation, you wouldn't be able to do it at anywhere near this level. And I talked about my wife, Andrea, Naismith, the ladder. Just keep thinking about Zach Edey. And how we're going to get threes, and is he going to guard Steph Castle? Because some games they've been putting him on the worst perimeter shooter. And then it's obviously organization award, and those are the last two things. Organization award, I get the best coaching staff in the country, and I'm not trying to insult the other guys here, but Kamani Young and Luke Murray, just are as good as there is in the profession. Tom Moore, I got an incredible coaching staff that helps me bring in the right people, and then I think we got a really good formula with the way we go about things. And then I'm a testament to just the power of having like the influence of having an incredible coach in your life, and then also who happens to be your father too. Like the power of that incredible coach that pushes you and teaches you to get the most out of yourself, and teaches you how to compete and strive and push and not make excuses. Then I had to find empathy and compassion on my own, because that's not really my dad's strength. But all that other stuff, he crushed it. Thanks, Dad. But I appreciate it, man. This is awesome. And, obviously, this is an amazing moment, man. 15 years ago, high school coach, incredible. Thank you. Andrea, Danny, Andrew, home team, let's go. Thank you.
Let me tell you how intense Danny Hurley is. When I mentioned that his dad was the best coach in the family, he didn't even crack a smile. I went, oh my God, oh crap, he's pissed at me. But I will say this, because I think 3 of the coaches in the Final Four really made their chops at the high school level. And I have said this as someone who's loved coaching my whole life. 5 of the 10 best coaches, this is off the top of my head now, 5 of the 10 best coaches I've ever been around in my life were high school coaches. And Coach Hurley was one of those guys. And that guy, when you talk about basketball coaches, I'm talking about Bob Hurley now, Bob Sr. Bob is as good a coach. I learned more from watching his teams or listening to him at clinics than just about anybody. So it's kind of cool to see Kevin Keats or a Danny work their way up through the coaching ranks from high school. And I will say this, I've gotten to know Danny through the years. I remember when he played for his dad and all the practices, and he has become just an amazing coach. I'm around some great coaches all year in the Big 12, and Coach Sampson is right there at the top of the profession, but just so proud to see how Danny has grown to be a great leader. Now, needless to say, it's really hard to have a father-son Naismith Award coaching situation, but we have that with Bob Hurley and Danny Hurley, and but it's an incredible. It's about family business. Bobby's here in Arizona State, and it's amazing to see how those guys have grown. And hey, Danny, we really do wish you the best of luck tomorrow night. Nobody has repeated since '07. We love Matt Painter's team and Zach Edey, and it's going to be a heavyweight bout. I guarantee you that. Danny's team will be well prepared for that game, and so we wish you all the best. Let's give Coach Hurley another hand. Earlier this week up in Cleveland, and that game's going to start in a little while. We'll get you out here soon. We honored the top women's players and coaches from this season. So let's take a look at their time in the Buckeye State.
Naismith Women's Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Cameron Brink, Stanford University.
This is truly a dream come true for me, and I'm sure you all know I love defense. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but it's still my first true love. I love playing defense, so this is truly means the world to me. So thank you.
Naismith Women's College Coach of the Year is Dawn Staley, University of South Carolina.
It's an honor. It's an honor to represent this trophy, and I'd like to thank God for always giving me and our staff uncommon favor. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
2024 Jersey Mike's Naismith Trophy, most outstanding women's college basketball. Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
Appreciate it. Thank you to the Naismith Awards. You put on the first half ceremony, and I've been here the last 3 years, and it's been very cool to see how this has grown. Every time we got to get bigger and bigger rooms, so I think that just speaks to where women's basketball is. Congrats, Cameron, for watching this year. Congrats to you. I'm just very grateful and thankful, and I'll see you on Friday night.
Congratulations to Cameron, Coach Staley, and Caitlin, as well as all the finalists who competed for these awards. It wasn't just an amazing year in women's college basketball, it's a watershed year. Because what's going on the women's side with attendance and television ratings and these great players is truly historic. And as I said earlier, they're expecting today's game to outdraw the game on Monday night. We want to wish Iowa and South Carolina good luck this afternoon in what should be, honestly, an epic championship game. And it's absolutely phenomenal, the growth of that sport. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club initiated a community engagement program in Atlanta in 2020 to renovate a gym at a local YMCA. Dr. James Naismith invented basketball. Thank God, I would never have a job at a YMCA in Springfield, Massachusetts back in 1891. So it's fitting that they were the beneficiary. The program has become an annual initiative for the Tip-Off Club. After successful projects in Atlanta, New Orleans, and Houston, the past 3 years, the Tip-Off Club announced earlier this week at the Women's Award Ceremony that they will refurbish and finish the gym at the gymnasium floor, that is, at the French Creek YMCA in suburban Cleveland. In keeping with the tradition of renovating YMCA gyms and dedicating them during the men's Final Four, this was actually the first time the club has created a legacy project at the site of the women's Final Four. The work will be done this spring with the dedication event scheduled for later this summer. Here in Phoenix, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club had the opportunity to continue this legacy program here in the Valley of the Sun by providing funding and resources to enhance the gymnasium at the Watts Family Maryville YMCA. The work in the gymnasium will include deep cleaning of the existing backboards and rims, new standard wall pads, new basketball rims, new backboard pads, replacing the lighting, painting gym walls, refinishing the gym floor. Yesterday, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, along with Player of the Year finalists R.J. Davis and Dalton Connect, along with former Naismith winners Danny Manning and Randy Livingston, dedicated that facility and participated in a youth clinic. Before we take a look at it, is Randy here? Is Randy here? If he's here, raise his hand. No? Okay. Want to make sure I didn't forget Randy, one of our Naismith Award winners, one of the great high school players to ever come out of New Orleans. Let's show the video.
To be able to give back, especially to a YMCA, has great relevance to the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. This great game of basketball was founded by Dr. Naismith in a YMCA gym.
We were excited to get the call from the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. Dr. Naismith created the game of basketball at a YMCA, and now to be part of having the Naismith Award come in and the Atlanta Tip-Off Club come in and renovate the gym is huge for us. 75% of our members are on some kind of financial assistance with the Y. We partner with a lot of local high schools in the area too that don't have gym space, that are able to use the Maryville YMCA as their home gym for basketball, volleyball, and to have a upgraded facility for them too that they're prideful in is a huge benefit to the community.
What's important about this project, this legacy project, is it's going to continue for a decade or more. People are going to be able to come into this gym and utilize all the great resources that we've had a hand in contributing.
These improvements are more than just about making things look good. They're about setting up a space where our young players, including those in the Maryville YMCA's Junior Sons League and our upcoming all-girls Junior Mercury Legacy League, can truly benefit and excel.
Our friends from the Watts Family Maryville YMCA are here in attendance today. Please stand so we can recognize you and your amazing team for all that you do in the greater Phoenix area. And we want to thank everybody who represented the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. And I think of those players. I know Dalton's here. I didn't get a chance to say hi, but every one of these great players that comes up here every year started out their career when they were 6, 7, 8, 9 years old in a place like these YMCA's. So it's very cool to be able to give back and what I would say pay forward. Since 1982, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club has been presenting the Naismith Outstanding Contributor to Basketball Award to an individual whose extraordinary efforts have made outstanding contributions and created a long-lasting positive impact on the game of basketball. The recipients display character, integrity, and dignity and have contributed to the growth and success and viability of this sport. Earlier this week, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club recognized the 2024 Women's Game winner, C. Vivian Stringer, at a Rutgers basketball game, fittingly against Iowa, where she won the 1993 Werner Ladder Naismith Coach of the Year Award. This award is essentially a lifetime achievement honor, and it's selected exclusively by the Atlanta Tip-Off Club Board of Directors. She is a pioneer. There'd be no Caitlin Clark and Dawn Staley and so many of these other great players and coaches without people like Vivian Stringer. I'm getting goosebumps right now because she's a great lady. And I think you got a chance to see, yeah, she is. Yep, thanks, Vivian. Appreciate it. Congrats again to Coach Stringer. Let's give her a hand. Our men's winner this year is larger than life, literally. The 6'10" center from UCLA. He won 3 straight Jersey Mike's Naismith trophies from 1972 to 1974. In my mind, and I go back a ways now, maybe not as long as some of you, but to me, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor, of course, and Bill Walton are the 3 greatest college players that I can remember. Maybe Oscar's in there too, for sure. But Bill Walton, man, and if he didn't get hurt, you just don't know. You young people don't know how good he was. We got a video to show you. Bill is under the weather right now, and he's always at this event. And earlier in the year, Eric Olbermann said, hey, listen, Bill doesn't want to give a speech. He wants you to interview him. And I said, well, that'll only take one question. Because if you know Bill, that's all you need is one question for Bill to talk 30 minutes. You should be lucky that Bill isn't here today because you're going to get out a half hour sooner. But he's truly one of the greats to ever play the game. He loves basketball. And is Chris here? I don't know if Eric, is Chris here? Walton? Okay. We were hoping Chris Walton would get here. I'm going to say on behalf, Barry, of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club, Bill, we love you, we miss you, we hope you're feeling better, and we want to show this video to honor you.
I'm Little Billy from San Diego. With his red hair, his freckles, his big nose, and his goofy, nerdy-looking face, and his horrendous speech impediment. I grew up on the beach. I grew up in the greatest place on earth, San Diego. We get dressed in the parking lot.
Bill Walton was in San Diego, and Greg Lee was all-world in Los Angeles, and I was north of LA up in Santa Barbara. And so we're on a recruiting trip at Stanford, and we all went to the bathroom, and while we were saying, okay, guys, let's cut to it. Where are we going to go? Say, UCLA, UCLA, UCLA. And so that's basically the story.
Hard for me not to reflect back 56 years ago to when Coach Wooden said, Andy, why don't you take this kid, Bill Walton, to a ball game and dinner? But I took you out to dinner, and I swear you'd never been in a restaurant with a tablecloth. You wanted to order a hamburger. But I ordered you the biggest steak on the menu, and we've been great friends for 56 years.
As a teammate for me, my favorite moment, we're playing against USC. It's at the sports arena. We're getting killed on the backboard. I'm on the bench. You run by that bench, and you yell at Coach Wooden, get Marcus in here. I started to unsnap my warm-ups because I knew what was next. Marcus, get in there.
Like no one else, there are no imitation Bill Waltons. There's only one.
Bill and I will broadcast games together on CBS, NBC, ABC, and ESPN, Westwood One, and the Sacramento Kings. And I remember early on, when we were doing a game, guys were running up and down the floor, and Bill was off on some tangent. So we went to a commercial, and I said, Bill, we've got a game here. Forget about the game. Everybody can see the game. Don't worry about that. They're seeing it. And I thought, there's no change in this guy.
Take a bite out of it while it's lit.
While it's lit.
Say, oh my.
This is an excellent shirt, by the way. I've got one of those.
This is your shirt.
That's my shirt. Maybe I'll just strip down right here.
Bill is taking his shirt off.
You taking your shirt off in Austin when, at the time, the head coach gave you a shirt that said, keep Austin weird, and you decided I'm going to change my shirt and put on the tie-dye shirt that says keep Austin weird. And there's this picture of this woman 2 rows back of us looking on as you're doing this in horror.
Basketball has always been a celebration of life and the reflection of who we are, what we stand for, and what we're going to do with this vehicle of the game of basketball.
Marv, I think we're looking at one of the biggest mismatches at the center position in the history.
And to see you win an award as a contributor says everything about who you are as a person. You pursued your dreams, you achieved excellence, and then you did it again.
Congratulations on the Naismith Outstanding Contributor to Men's Basketball.
I'm going to light a candle for you tonight, Bill. No, I'm not going to eat it, especially while it's lit, but I'm going to light one for you.
And one thing we can say for sure, no one will ever forget the great Bill Walton.
Winning NBA titles or now broadcasting, your name is synonymous with basketball to generations of fans. I salute you, my friend. You deserve it.
Don't ever change, Big Red. Congratulations. I love you, man.
I am so proud and so honored, privileged, and fortunate to have won the Naismith 3 consecutive years. I'm a team guy. I play a team game. Any individual awards are a reflection of our coach and my teammates. They made me the player and the human being that I was, that I am today.
Let's give Big Bill a hand. In an era where the big guys are starting to pass the ball, I mentioned how Ralph was kind of held back, and I'm saying that jokingly, but we talk about big guys who can pass, and we got Jokic in the NBA and some of these great college big men, and there were others before Bill, but Bill epitomized how a big man could play the game and be an incredible teammate on both ends of the floor. And of course, he's gone on to do so many great things after basketball. He's a great broadcaster, and we wish him all the best. 6 years ago, the Atlanta Tip-Off Club created the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year to honor the men's player who showed tenacity on the defensive end of the court. West Virginia's Javon Carter was the first ever award winner, and we honored him at the San Antonio event. And it's no surprise to me that Javon is still a solid NBA player when he had one high major scholarship, and that was at West Virginia. He turned himself into a great player, especially in that end of the court. The award is voted on by the Naismith Awards Board of Selectors. It's compromised by voting from the National Basketball media members and broadcasters who cover the sport all season long. In January, the Naismith Board of Selectors created a mid-season team of 15 candidates. In February, it was whittled to 10 national semifinalists and then 4 finalists last month. Let's look at the finalists for the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year Award.
Zach Edey, Purdue. Ryan Kalkbrenner, Creighton. Taman Lipsey, Iowa State. Jamal Shed, Houston.
Well, these finalists had incredible seasons and are clearly qualified to take home the honor of our Men's Defensive Player of the Year. Let's give them each another hand. It's my pleasure to announce that the 2024 Naismith Men's Defensive Player of the Year Award goes to Jamal Shed, University of Houston.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. And just allowing us as a group to play the game we love every day. So thank you to him. And thank you to my family, my mother and father. It's been a long journey, and they've been with me every step of the way. And just a fun fact, they missed 2 games in my 4-year college career. So thank you. And then thank you to my coaches and teammates. Coach Sampson, you changed my life. The coaching staff, grooming me and making me the man I am today on and off the court has been just, I'll never create the words to say thank you. And to my teammates, this is a team award. Being the best defender on the best defensive team in the country is awesome. And I just want to say thank you to my guys and love you. And thank you guys tonight.
All right, we're wrapping things up, but I got to say a few words about that guy. I got to know this team very well this year. I think I did 11 or 12 Houston games. I think ESPN thought they were punishing me, not putting me on Kansas and Baylor games, and I ended up doing 10 of those games, and I saw 15 practices, and I'm joking about that because I was thrilled. Kelvin and I have been friends a long time, and I'll just say 2 things about, I have so many stories about that team and those guys and that young man that just came up here, but I'll say this. We say this a lot as broadcasters and coaches, coach on the floor. You hear that a lot. He's a coach on the floor. I promise you, and Kelvin is one of the great coaches in our profession. He's heading to the Hall of Fame someday soon. But if Kelvin and his staff took a week's vacation to Cancun, he could coach the team. And I'm not just talking about coaching them on the floor. I'm talking about getting on a plane, getting off at the airport, getting to the hotel, and having him say, hey, guys, meet in my room in 30 minutes. We're going to watch some film. Am I right, Coach? I've never seen a guy that was so connected to his coaching staff and his teammates like this guy. And I knew in late January, my friend, I said, that's the player of the year in the Big 12. I knew, because I had a feeling they were going to win the league. And he epitomizes everything that Houston's about. And he's going to be an NBA player, probably play, I told him tonight, Kelvin, 12 years. And then, you know, by that time, depending on how much money he makes, I would not get into coaching, especially if the portal's still around. Stay out of this business. But whatever he does, he's going to be successful. He's raised right. He was coached right. And he's, you know, every now and then in my 20 years in the Big 12, I come across somebody that I go, I'd love to coach that guy. And Jamal is that guy. So congratulations to him. Let's give him one more hand. Congratulations to Zach Edey. Let's give Zach a hand. And all of the finalists. Is Dalton still here? Dalton, stand up if you're here. Dalton Connect. Hey, phenomenal year. Last year, I think, just shake your head if I'm right, second team All Big Sky? Second team All Big Sky, first team All American. Is that basketball? Do we love college basketball? You don't know that I worked for Coach Barnes for 3 years, so we've got good stories, you and I. And then RJ, where's RJ Davis? RJ, man. Archbishop Stepanak, North Carolina. One cool thing about a guy who stays for 4 years like these guys, or, you know, is their legacy cemented. RJ will take his family back to Chapel Hill 10, 20, 30 years from now, and his legacy is cemented forever in as we say, Coach Williams, blue heaven? Blue heaven, okay? So congratulations to all these guys, the finalists. Certainly to, you know, again, Werner Ladder, Jersey Mike's, you guys are phenomenal. You fit this event. You fit the Atlanta Tip-Off Club. We just want to thank you again for your support. And then tomorrow night, you know, we've all come here. We come here every year to Final Four. And, you know, basketball, the NCAA tournament's like a box of Cracker Jacks. You never know what the prize is going to be. And tomorrow night, our prize is we've got the, you know, two of the best teams in the country going head-to-head, two great big men, as I said earlier. And I want to thank you for your support of the Atlanta Tip-Off Club in this brunch, because everybody in here, I would assume, loves college basketball, and we get to share it with you. And so go watch that women's game, have fun this weekend, and we thank you again for being here this morning.